Funke had just finished reviewing the quarterly reports of her father's sprawling empire when her phone buzzed. It was Akin, the man who had, just 7 days ago, knelt before her in tears, vowing eternal love and promising marriage by the end of the year. Smiling at the screen, she pressed the green button and said sweetly, "Akin, darling." His cold voice sliced through her words. "Funke, listen. Don't ever call this line again. I'm no longer interested in this relationship." And just like that, the line went dead. Funke's hand trembled as she slowly lowered the phone. A chill ran through her as reality settled over her chest like a boulder. He was the 10th man in just 2 months. And just like the others, he had walked away after swindling her. This time of 10 million naira. The pain, however, was not just in the money. It was in the cold pattern repeating itself with alarming cruelty. Tears welled up in her eyes and spilled freely down her round cheeks. Her cries filled the luxurious sitting room. She clutched a silk pillow tightly, but its softness could not soothe the sharp ache in her heart. Each man had come with dazzling charm, sweet promises, and carefully crafted lies. Each had promised her love. Each had spoken of marriage, and each had disappeared as soon as the money landed in their account. But deep inside, Funke knew the truth they would never say to her face. She had heard whispers, seen the looks of disgust barely masked by fake smiles. She knew the reasons they ran. First, her face. Her mouth was unnaturally wide, filled with oversized teeth that crowded one another like angry soldiers. Second, her weight. She was not just fat. She was massive, easily 150 kilograms. Her large, wobbling body drew uncomfortable stares everywhere she went. Third, and most damning, was her mouth odor. It was unbearable. No mint, gum, or medicated rinse had ever tamed it. Her breath could clear a room. Her staff had grown accustomed to it, but always found excuses to step back whenever she leaned in to speak. And finally, her body odor, a sickening sour stench that clung to her skin like a curse. It had baffled the best dermatologists and perfumers in Lagos. No amount of imported body spray or fragrance from Paris could overpower it. Funke was a billionaire, Nigeria's youngest female mogul, but her riches had bought her nothing in the realm of true love. Her father had died 2 years ago, leaving her his entire empire: real estate, oil, fintech, shipping. But the same wealth that gave her the world had cursed her with parasites disguised as lovers. She knew what the men saw: a lonely, desperate. Her father had died 2 years ago, leaving her his entire empire: real estate, oil, fintech, shipping. But the same wealth that gave her the world had cursed her with parasites disguised as lovers. She knew what the men saw: a lonely, desperate woman, rich, generous, and hungry for affection, an easy target. Wiping her tears, she sat upright. "Enough," she muttered. "I won't be fooled again." Her heart still ached, but her mind began to blaze with clarity. She would devise a test so thorough, so emotionally precise, that no liar or gold digger could pass it. Any man who claimed to love her would have to go through it. Only someone who truly saw her, not her money, would remain. But what could the test be? Could anything truly distinguish real love from the schemes of sweet-talking frauds? She didn't have the answer yet. But one thing was sure: she would never cry like this again. To be continued in part 2.